When I was growing up, there were not words for certain things. There was no language for certain things. For instance, there was no such thing, no words for sexual harassment. The first job I ever went for when I was 19 years old was a waitress job in the village. And this also was related to other things that had no words. For instance, homosexuality. There were no words. There was no such word as a gay. It's like, um, and I went to get a job. I really needed it because, as it turned out, my best friend from high school was a lesbian. I had no idea. How would I know? Because there was no language for it. The fact that she worked in a gay bar, a lesbian bar, did not mean anything to me because I come from a half Italian family and women always danced together. So it meant nothing to me that all these women were dancing with each other. I didn't want to dance with them, but anyway, one day we had been best friends all through high school. We had many sleepovers. So one day, now that we were 19, she confided to me that she loved me and she wanted to, I guess, take care of me. And I just didn't feel that way, although I did love her. So she got very angry, and I had to leave the place where I was living with her, or sort of staying, wasn't living with her. And so I went to find a job at a cafe. This was in Greenwich Village, New York. And the guy said, "Yeah, we definitely need a waitress, but all the waitresses, they all go to bed with me." And I went, not that minute. Yeah. I mean, there was no such thing as sexual harassment. Thank God I did get the job, and he was fired the next week, and I had spent the entire 7 days running around him. But, as the other women said, "Oh, he says that to all of us. None of us have slept with him." But that was sexual harassment. There was no such term as that. And there was no such term for a gay, a lesbian. I guess there was a word called lesbian, but, for example, I was once walking home. I was still in high school. I was walking home. I shouldn't have been out, but I was walking home alone in the village. And the boys from Jersey were famous for this. They would follow us down the street if they saw a single girl alone, and they would yell very attractive invitations to us. If I were Amy Schumer, I would tell you what they said. But I'm not Amy Schumer or Lena Dunham, so I'm a different generation. Anyway, I saw two very nice-looking young men walking ahead of me, very clean, very neat, and I walked up to them and I said, "I'm walking to the subway, and this boy over there in that car is bothering me. May I walk with you?" And they said, "Oh, yes, of course you can." And we were walking along silently. And suddenly one of them turned to me and said, "How do you know you're safe with us?" And we all laughed because I knew that they were not attracted to women. Again, did not have a word for it. So times have really, really changed that way. We now have words for sexual harassment. It still exists. Ask any woman. She will tell you at any age, we still do the same things. We wait for each other when we let somebody out of the car in front of their house. Why? Why are we waiting to make sure she gets in safely? We don't think there's a woman waiting in there to attack her. So we now have words for it. If only they weren't necessary because the behavior didn't exist. Thank you. I will see you all soon. Stay safe out there, ladies.